Light checker here. Clear all around. Clear.
Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Chad White on the bottom. William Duff on the top. Checkered flag in the air. Who's going to win? It's William Duff. No, look out. He just junked it. Look out. Oh, my God. World's #1 streaming service. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. On the call tonight. On your feet. Off your seats. It's about to go green.
Hello everybody and welcome in to what's sure to be an action-packed night here tonight. The GLSR Championship 150 presented by Harpoon Design on tap for you here tonight. Fastest in practice was that man right there in the 98 truck. Surely to nobody's surprise, Sam Brochu, driver there out of Charlotte, North Carolina, looking to win himself a championship here tonight. One of realistically 3 drivers that are going to have a shot at it here tonight. Go ahead and show you here the current points standings before we get too far ahead of ourselves. Sam Brochu, of course, has an 18-point advantage here tonight, so something drastic would have to happen for him to miss out on his championship here tonight. But if that was to occur, you can look there in the second and third spots. You have Garrett Grant and Colin Fambrough, both with a realistic shot at the championship tonight if something was to happen to the driver of the 98. But he has been dominant all year, has 6 or 7 wins on the season so far, and he's looking to get himself another one and a championship here tonight as he's finishing up lap number 1 here. He's going to get the first time on the board, and it's a 31.55. So we'll have to keep an eye and see if anyone's able to beat that time. There's times popping in. Brian Sutphin on the board. Joey Ladoucer on the board. I'm sorry, Ladoucer. But the man on top now on his first lap is going to be the 88 of Chad White. Driver out of Loudon, Tennessee. Looking to be quick here tonight at Chicagoland. Connor Gerard in the chat saying go 98. He's cheering on Sam Brochu, who takes the top spot on the board once again. Let's see if Chad White can take it back here. Joey Ladoucer up to the top spot. To 23 of Joey Ladoucer out of Alexandria, Ontario, Canada. Was on the top spot, but now it goes to the 4 of Colin Fambrough as he finishes up his second lap. Fambrough, a championship hopeful, sits on top of the board now. Ed Robertson second, Garrett Grant in third. Forrest Smith was on his second lap, but it looks like he has crashed. Driver out of Charleston, Arkansas, throwing that thing in reverse, hitting us with a sick J-turn. But that lap not going to do much for the 15. Ben Pearson, the 14, in that Bondo Coin Toyota Tundra. He's out there now. Halfway through his lap number 2. His first time puts him 12th on the board. We'll see how well he can improve on that. The 28 of Brandon Alphin also hits the stripe. He goes up to 10th on his second lap. Blake Hutchinson's favorite GLSR driver. Ben Pierce across the line. What's his time going to be? He moves up to 11th. We check out the 92, Tristan Ladoucer. The other Ladoucer, of course, up in 4th place. Tristan now going through turns 3 and 4 on his second lap. We'll see where he ends up. Across the stripe, the 92 jumps up to 6th. So if they stay where they are, they'll be starting nose to tail from each other, the two Ladoucers. Dre Hutton was on his second lap, but it looks like he's going to abort mission and park it on this front stretch here. Justin Bonnarant came across the stripe. His time good enough for 13th. So that looks like it's going to be it for qualifying efforts for now. We've got a few minutes left here in qualifying, but we will keep an eye to see if anyone else hits the track. Otherwise, we're going to take a quick break before we get this race underway. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Back live with you here, folks. As we get the music playing, it's about time to go through your starting grid tonight for the Championship 150 here at Chicagoland Speedway for the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Seems like time has flown by. Seems like this series just got underway, but here we are getting ready to finish off this season here tonight. Starting on the front row is going to be the 4 of Colin Fambrough at the pole position. To his outside is going to be the 64 of Ed Robertson. Row number 2 gives you the 5 of Garrett Grant. To his outside is going to be the 23 of Joey Lattiser. Row number 3 has the HMS TV driver himself in the 88. It's going to be Chad White. To his outside, the other Lattiser, it's going to be Tristan Lattiser in the 92. To his outside. Row number 4 has the championship favorite in the 98 Toyota Tundra. It's going to be Sam Brochu. To his outside is going to be the 2 of Jason Dalton. Row number 5 has the 26 of Brian Sutphin. To his outside, Christian's favorite driver to pronounce, it's going to be the 11 of Matt Telder. Row number 6 brings you the 28 of Brandon Alphin, a.k.a. Rooster. Blake Hutchinson surely rooting him on. To his outside, it's going to be the 14 Bondo Coin Machine of Ben Pierce. Row number 7 brings you the man himself, Justin Bondurant, in the 9. To his outside, it's going to be the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg. Row number 8 brings you the 15 of Forrest Smith. To his outside, it's going to be the 50 of Jared Ray Hutton. To round out the starting lineup, row number 9 is going to have the 99 himself, Diego Sainz. To his outside, the 52 of Tyler Hallman. As this race gets ready to get underway, we're going to crown a champion tonight in the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Let me know in the chat if you think Sam Brochu's got this thing locked down, or if you think catastrophe is going to strike. But let's kill the music, because the pace car taking that hard left turn. We're getting ready to go green for the first time here tonight at Chicagoland. the field clean and green through lap number 1. Colin Fambro out of Concord, North Carolina gets the good jump on the field, and he's leading by a couple tenths of a second over Garrett Grant and Ed Robertson. As you can see there on your left-hand side of your screen, all those drivers highlighted in green are the total playoff drivers. We had 12 drivers enter in these playoffs, but only 3 with a shot of the championship tonight. Realistically, it's going to be the 4 of Fambro, the 5 of Grant, and the 98 of Sam Brochu. But Brochu's lead is so significant that he basically has to crash out of this race for anyone to have a chance to take it from him. He's making his way up now into the 3rd spot in the 98 truck. He's not going to go down easy. He's going to try to win this race regardless if he's safe or not. And we have a caution out. Justin Bondurant got the brakes locked down. Keeps the truck straight. Looks like he got away with that one pretty much scot-free. Matt Telder in the 11 also involved out of Grand Rapids. Let's go back and take a look from the Harpoon Design blimp and see what happened to those drivers. It looks like the 11 just got the wall a little bit. The 50 and the 9 have nowhere to go, really. The 11 smacks the wall a couple times, and the 9 just kind of slides the tires. But he gets it back going straight, and so does the 11. Matt Telder might have some damage to fix, but the 9 seems like he got away without much of an issue. So we made it a good couple laps there. Caution number 1 in the books. I doubt anyone's going to come down pit road to this early. So we've still got a long way to go. We've got another 146 laps on tap tonight. Go ahead and check out tonight's race weather. Temperature 77 degrees, no wind whatsoever. It's partly cloudy out there, although I see a whole lot of sun. So this track could be getting nice and warm. We see somebody hit pit road. It's going to be the 92 of Tristan Lattiser strangely coming down. 28 at Brandon Alphen also decides to hit pit road, as well as Ben Pierce, Justin Bondurant, and Matt Telder. The last 2, the only ones that I really expected to see come down. Everybody else, not sure what the strategy idea is, but they're going to hit pit lane. Got 10 folks watching here tonight. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It means a lot, helps us out. Gets the show out to new folks. Of course, this is the championship race here tonight for the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. We've got action all throughout the rest of the week, though. Of course, Blake Hutchinson is streaming over on his side. He has the Superstar ARCA Cup Series as usual on Wednesday nights going on. Thursday nights has been fun with Average Joe's Truck Series, and then Friday, not really having streams on Friday. That could potentially change. And of course, Saturday is the Redemption iRacing Truck Series, and Sunday is Motor City Racing, MCR, IMSA style racing. Always fun to have a little bit of road course action. Speaking of that, interestingly enough, Monday, myself and Christian Taylor, 2 of your HMS TV employees here, get to figure out how well we can get around Road America in the Flam Dogs Racing League, Wheels America Racing Cup Series. So that's going to be fun. I get to practice my right-hand turns once again in the next gen. Connor Gerard in the chat saying it's time for Chicagoland Madness. That's absolutely right, and we've seen a little bit of it already. 1 caution down here on lap 6, but they're going to get it racked back up and going again. Hopefully to keep it clean and green for at least a little bit here. Sam's mom 1125 in the chat saying go Sam. Of course, rooting on Sam Brochu, who is in the catbird seat right now to win himself a title. Should be able to get it done in that 98. As he's going to start on the second row here. Row 1 going to be the same Actually, not going to be the same as the start. New row one is going to be the 4 of Fambro and the 5 of Garrett Grant going to be starting us off here. As they enter the Juicy Spider restart zone, green flag out once again. Fambro gets a great jump. Brochu is going to follow him right through to second, it looks like. Garrett Grant's going to have to fall into third, and he does. Great start, though, from the 4 of Fambro as he's going to try to keep leading the way here. He's got the 98 of Brochu right on his tail, though. Brochu cuts to the inside. What a move. Goes way down the backstretch, and he's going to have the inside lane going into turn 3. Still side by side coming out of turn 4. Fambro not giving it up easy. Good battle for the lead here early. Fambro leads into turn 1, but he's on the outside lane. Brochu with the shorter way around. Can he cover up? Looks like he will. Fambro gonna have to save his stuff up and try again another time, as Garrett Grant's right on his tail now, trying to find his way into second. Battles all over the track. You see side by side back here, it's gonna be the 64 of Ed Robertson and the 26 of Brian Sutphin. Right behind them, the 50 of Jared Ray Hutton and the 88 of Chad White side by side as well. Battles all over the track right now. Still side by side for the 64 and the 28. Jared Ray Hutton, actually last time around here in the 50, he was the fastest car out of everybody with a 31.47. Driver out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He's up 10 spots already. Making moves here early, finds himself in 6th. Oh, he looked to the outside. Oh, he puts the driver of the 26 in the wall, and they scatter all around him. He was looking to the outside there of Brian Sutphin, and then had to think better of it. As he almost put him, he did put him in the wall a little bit, but he almost wrecked him, to be honest with you. A couple of drivers take advantage of that, like the 92 of Tristan Lattiser. He gets by everybody. He finds himself in the top 5. Chad White was able to get by, but now he's under pressure from the 26 on the outside. Brian Sutphin looks to get by him, as well as the 50 of Jared Ray Hutton. Sam Brochu, though, trying to run away. He's up to a 0.3 of a second lead over Colin Fambro. Garrett Grant holds down the 3rd spot. Tristan Lattiser in 4th, and Ed Roberts in 5th. Joey Lattiser, of course, pit early on in that 23 truck. He finds himself back in there in 11th. I'm sorry, it was the 92 of Tristan Lattiser that pit. I didn't expect him to be up here in 3rd so soon after he pit. Joey Lattiser's back in 10th, and he hasn't come down pit lane yet. My mistake. Speaking of Jared Ray Hutton, Lorena in the chat saying go 50. He is on the move in that 8th spot. The driver of the 50 making his way forward. We take a look at the HMS TV hard chargers. He leads the top of that list. Your leader, Sam Brochu, has 6 spots gained, as well as Lucas Strayer back in P13. Diego Sainz up 5. Tristan Lattiser up 4. Ed Robertson, Brian Sutphin going side by side. This is your battle for the 5th spot. Ed Robertson going to hold that spot for now. Chad White in the 88 now peeking to the outside of the 26, trying to find his way up into 6th. Chad's got speed here tonight. There's rumors that he's locked down for a new contract season here in GLSR for HMS TV. Only rumors, though, as we've got a new leader, actually. The 92 of Tristan Lattiser has made the pass on the 98 of Sam Brochu. That just happened, folks. We'll go back and take another look at it from the Harpoon Design blimp. Tristan Lattiser got around to the outside of the 98 of Sam Brochu. and just went right around him on those couple lap older tires. If the tire fall off is going to be that important, it's going to be an interesting race tonight. That if Ladouceur can come down after only 4 laps and suddenly find himself in the front of the field, that means tires are really going to matter tonight, and how well you can conserve them. 98 of Brochu not giving up yet, though. He finds himself to the inside of the 92 of Ladouceur. And they're going to be side by side across the stripe here. Good battle up front here early. You've got Alexandria, Ontario versus Charlotte, North Carolina. Sam Brochu versus Tristan Ladouceur. Brochu's fans in the chat surely cheering him on to take back the lead from the 92 of Tristan Ladouceur. We'll see if he can do it. You see the 64 of Ed Robertson in the background kiss the wall a little bit. These trucks are pushing pretty hard, it looks like, out of turn 4. Maybe getting a little tight. As they continue to swap the lead back and forth. Take a look at who's the fastest trucks in the field right now. Diego Sainz actually the fastest on the last lap. He's back in P13. But he's making his way forward, as well as Dylan Rosenberg in the 91. Right behind him. That lap goes advantage Ladouceur, but Brochu leads into turn 1 by just a few hundredths of a second. Let's go ahead and hop on board with the 4 of Colin Fambrough, see what he sees as these two battle in front of him. Good clean racing ahead. They stay side by side. Across the stripe, that time advantage goes to Brochu, but Ladouceur will lead into turn 1. These two continuing to swap the lead back and forth and back and forth. I mean, this battle's lasted for what, a good 5 or 6 laps. Sam Brochu with a bit of a slide job. He sends it into turn 1. Gets ahead of the 92. And Tristan Ladouceur looked like he decided to just lift there, give the lead up for now. The 50 of Jared Ray Hutton shoots to the inside of the 4 of Colin Fambrough. Up 12 spots now for the driver of the 50. He was just back in 8th place last time I looked. Now he finds himself trying to get into 3rd, but he's going to drop back now to 4th. Or 5th, rather. I apologize. It's really good racing here throughout the field. No one really able to get separation here too much. As we're about 18 laps, 20 laps into this run here. Connor Gerard in the chat saying clean so far. Yes, it is. A lot of these guys surely hoping it'll stay that way. And just as we say it, we get a caution. Lucas Strayer, the 41 out of Elizabethtown, PA, finds himself turned around. He's going to get that thing back rolling. But we're going to take another look and see what happened to Lucas Strayer in the 41 from the Harpoon Design blimp. Oh, we're going to have to rewind it a little bit. It looks like it started before this transition here. He's got the 23 of Joey Ladouceur to his outside. And maybe the 23 of Joey Ladouceur just either didn't realize he was under there or thought he was going to give him more room than he did. The 41 doing an impressive job of not damaging that truck. He had to really wheel that thing in order to not find its way into the wall, so kudos to him. We'll go ahead and hop on board with him. Excellent job. Once again by the 41 Strayer. Surely not a position he wanted to be in, but it's where he found himself here on lap 24, 150. I imagine we're going to see a whole lot of the field come down for their first set of tires for the night. So we'll go ahead and keep an eye here as the 98 of Sam Brochu going to lead him down. Couple guys going to stay out. I think it's 15 of 4. Smith's going to stay out there, try to get himself a lap back, but pretty much everybody else comes down for fuel and tires. Who's going to win the race off of pit road? Tristan Lattiser going to be the one to do it. It's going to be a 2-tire stop, I believe, for the Tristan Lattiser, Jared Ray Hutton, Sam Brochu in the 98. Comes out of pit road in third with 4 fresh tires. And with that, folks, we're going to take another break here tonight. 14 people watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe button. It means a lot. And stay tuned on the other side for more GLSR Championship 150 presented by Harpoon Design action here on HMS TV.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Back live once again here from Chicagoland. As we're getting ready to get this thing back underway. Pace car going to turn off. Tristan Lattiser going to lead him into the Juicy Spider restart zone this time. Green flag back out here at Chicagoland, lap 27 of 150. Sam Brochu, a championship hopeful, finds himself already challenging for the lead. He's on the outside of the 92 already into turn 1 and 2. Wasting no time, finding himself back out front in the 4. Colin Fambro is getting loose and crazy. 64 Ed Robertson had to try his best not to run him over there. As the 4 was getting a little slideways there. Oh, and the 28's in the wall. Brandon Alphin and Diego Sainz go for a ride. Caution is out. 28 still sliding. Gets it back going straight. Garrett Grant, Justin Bondurant, I believe, involved in potentially separate incidents. We got a lot to unpack with this one, folks. As always, we're going to get in the Harpoon Design blimp and take a look at what happened. Garrett Grant in the 5 has the 9 of Justin Bondurant turned up into him. The 5 smacks the wall. Not good for Garrett Grant, one of your championship hopefuls for tonight's race. Let's rewind manually here. Go back a little bit more. Take a closer look at what happened as they're coming out of the turn. We might need to go forward a little bit, but you can see the 28 of Brandon Alphin gets into the wall. And just comes down, barely misses the 5, but he clips the 99 and the 9. The 5 gets caught up in it as well. Looks like the 2 of Jason Dalton lucky enough to avoid it, as well as the 26 of Brian Sutphin. 14 of Ben Pierce gets away unscathed. The 52 of Tyler Hallman. Chad White making it through. But a couple hurt trucks going to be out there for sure after that one. Garrett Grant on pit road getting his truck fixed back up, as well as Matt Telder, Justin Bondurant, and Lucas Strayer. Sam Brochu, though, leads the way. Tristan Lattiser in second. Colin Fambro third. Jared Ray Hutton finds himself in fourth, and Ed Robertson in fifth. Once again, thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight. The Championship 150 for GLSR, Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Interestingly enough, of course, with this series being over, my next scheduled broadcast on the mic is going to be a very interesting event. I don't think we've done much promo for it. And please forgive me if I'm speaking too early, but I believe the plan is on December 28th, we're going to have here on HMS TV a battle of the leagues between most, if not all, of the leagues that we broadcast here on the channel. They're going to have drivers represented in the field. And it's going to be we're going to have to see which league can come out on top. I got to tell you, I don't know for sure. I don't believe Sam Brochu in the 98 is going to be a participant for GLSR, but if he was, that'd certainly be a good pick. Each league kind of has went about it a different way as pertaining to who ends up being represented. There's been, I know, at least one league just did it by popular vote. Another league had drivers submit whether they wanted to race or not for the team, and there was other ones that just straight up picked who they wanted to race for their league. So several different ways it's been done, but I'm hoping that event comes together and everything works out great for that as the pace car comes off, and we're gonna go for restart number 4. Green flag is out as they go through the Juicy Spider restart zone. Sam Brochu gets a good jump, but Tristan Lattiser gonna be able to take the second spot, it looks like. Colin Fambro into third. Ed Robertson has Jared Ray Hutton on his outside there. That's going to be for the 4th spot. 64 getting a good run on everybody in front of him. Sam Brochu, though, in the 98, he's locked in. He's running away from everybody else right now, already leading by 4/10 here, and we're only on lap 1 after the restart. Great jump on the rest of the field for the 98. Ed Robertson out of Jobstown, New Jersey, finds himself up into third now. Tristan Lattiser kind of slipping back, probably to be expected after a 2-tire stop. Almost some 3-wide action here. Jason Dalton putting his name in the hat. He finds himself up in 4th now. It's 92 of Tristan Lattiser tries to hold off everybody here. The 26 of Brian Sutphin looking to the inside of that driver now. Going to be able to make that pass. Side by side behind him is Jared Ray Hutton and Diego Sainz. Sam Brochu, though, leading the way. Colin Fambro trying to do his best to gain a little bit on the driver of the 98. We'll see if he is able to catch him at all here. We'll keep an eye out for that. Ed Robertson comfortably in the 3rd spot. After slipping back a little bit here early, he finds himself back up towards where he qualified. As the 88 of Chad White finds himself up into 6th. The 52 of Tyler Hallman, he's up 7 spots. Or he's up 11 spots. He's up into 7th now in that 52 truck. And Joey and Tristan Lattis are battling now. Joey going to get the advantage. It's the difference of having 4 fresh tires versus 2, apparently. Something to keep an eye on going forward is that if we get a really late race caution and somebody tries a 2-tire stop, we're going to have to see how it actually works out for him, because it did not work out great at all for the 92 of Tristan Lattiser. Let's go ahead and take a moment to take a look at our manufacturer standings here tonight. Chevy leading the way in the average position 9.8 for the Chevys. Ed Robertson, the best one out there. Sam Brochu leads the way for the Toyotas as he's winning this thing right now. The best Ford's going to be Chad White, but the average is the worst for 11th. There's only 3 Fords out there. It's going to be Chad White, Jared Ray Hutton, and Lucas Strayer. With that, folks, we're going to go ahead and step away for just a moment and let you enjoy some of the sounds and sights of Chicagoland here with a little bit of Harpoon Design. Bring the noise. Back with you here once again as Sam Brochu leads the way on lap 43 at 150. in the GLSR Championship 150. The Charlotte, North Carolina driver trying to hold off a Concord, North Carolina driver in the 4 of Colin Fambrough. Another one of the championship hopefuls. Unfortunately for him, with a 22-point deficit to work towards against that 98 of Sam Brochu, not looking good as of now, but we're not even a third of the way through this thing. 150 laps total on tap tonight. Definitely one of the longer races of the season. But, I mean, it makes sense. It's a championship race. Go ahead and bring up your HMS TV battle board. Right now, the best battle on the track is going to be for 12th. Right now, you got Tristan Laddiser and Matt Telder side by side. Telder's got some damage to the front of that 11 truck. Definitely been hurt in one of these crashes, but they're going to battle side by side. Once again, that's for your 12th spot right now. Another battle back here is going to be between Lucas Strayer and Dylan Rosenborg, the 41 and 91. Battling for your 15th spot. Dylan Rosenborg going to take that over. And then you see Chad White and Joey Laddiser, the 88 and the 23, battling side by side here for 7th. Ben Pierce looking to take the spot away from Chad White. Chad down 3 spots from where he qualified, unfortunately. Make that 4 with Ben Pierce getting by him. Like I said, we believe he's under contract for another season of GLSR, but with a poor performance here tonight, that could be impacted, so do not get your hopes up too much. As we got a battle for third here between Jason Dalton and Ed Robertson. I almost said it was a battle for second, but Colin Fambrough has got that locked down there on the left side of your screen. Jason Dalton's finding his way forward. He's up 5 spots tonight. As we take a look here at the standings once again, Jason Dalton finds himself kind of the first one out of the hunt here for the championship. He has 41 points back from Sam Brochu. Not going to be able to make that up here tonight. But still overall a good season for the 2 of Dalton. '26 of Brian Sutphin finds himself moving forward. He's up 5 spots as well, just like the 2 of Dalton. Those 2 are teammates, if you couldn't tell by the trucks. Very similar designs for those 2 drivers. KJD2. It's KJD2 Racing. But of course, speaking of teams, it's Team Force Racing out front. The 98 of Brochu and the 4 of Fambrough. Those 2 are teammates. They find themselves out front 1 and 2 right now. Brochu's lead up to almost a second on the rest of the field. We're officially a third of the way through this thing tonight. Lap 50 is in the books. Justin Bondurant on pit road. Brandon Alphin out of this race. Those are only 2 DNFs at the moment. Forrest Smith, he's still out there trudging along, but he's down 2 laps. The driver out of Charleston, Arkansas. But your HMS TV battle for last driver right now is going to be this 41 of Lucas Strayer. Finds himself in the 16th spot. He's got some work to do. Heck of a battle here, just a little bit in front of him. And there's a battle here between Chad White and Garrett Grant, the 5 and the 88 going at it. It's for just inside the top 10. It's going to be for the 9th spot. As Garrett looks to move forward after being involved in that last incident. This Chad gets a little sideways there behind him in the 88. Ben Pierce, Joey Ladisser battling right there side by side in front. Ben Pierce, Tuscaloosa, Alabama native. The 23 of Joey Ladisser, that truck looks unhappy right now. Chad White scraping the wall. These two seem to be struggling right now. Both of them down 5 spots from where they began this race. But Sam Brochu leads the way. Colin Fambrough is gaining, albeit slightly. Lead down to about 0.8 of a second now versus an entire second. Jason Dalton seems to be pretty comfortably in third, but there is a battle for fourth attempting to happen. Ed Robertson did look to the inside of the 26 of Brian Sutphin a little bit. A lot of these trucks have navigated up to the high lane. 64 of Ed Robertson, he's old school. He does not like it. He says, Larson line, who's that? I'm going to stick down here to the bottom. But as you look, Sam Brochu, Colin Fambrough, Jason Dalton, Brian Sutphin, all of them using the high lane. 64 Robertson is the odd man out. Tyler Hallman currently sits in 6th place. He's up 12 spots tonight. Nice looking number 52 truck there for Hallman. Garrett Grant holds down the 7th spot. Ben Pierce finds himself in 8th. Joey Ladisser 9th. Chad White clings onto the top 10. He is in 10th right now. Sutphin and Robertson continuing to battle for this 4th spot. Ed Robertson gets the good run on the inside through the corner with that shorter distance, and then as soon as they get onto the straightaways, Sutphin able to pass him back because he's got the speed and the momentum. So definitely a cat and mouse game between these two drivers. Makes you wonder if Robertson really likes running that low lane or if he's only doing it because he can't get by this 26 of Sutphin any other way. As we take a look at everybody who's led a lap tonight, you got 3 drivers. Sam Brochu's led the way for 43 laps. Tristan Ladisser's led 8, and Colin Fambrough with 7. Brochu got a big lead right now. Almost a second and a half. We do have a little bit of pit road action. Lucas Strayer in the 41 finds himself on pit road. Could be the start of a pit cycle. We'll have to keep an eye on it. '92 of Tristan Ladisser comes down now. He's going to be your second driver to hit pit lane. Of course, he was on 2 tires after his last pit stop. So he's probably ready to get 4 fresh Goodyears on that truck. Brochu's lead now up to about over a second and a half, 1.6 seconds back to the 4 Colin Fambrough. And it's been the same scene as it's been for a while. The 64 and the 26, Brian Sutphin, Ed Robertson continue to fight it out side by side. Ed Robertson loving that low line. Brian Sutphin riding the wall. I am keeping an eye out to see if we have any other drivers that end up hitting pit lane at any point. Because it's a good thing to keep an eye on, especially if this thing goes green. If we end up with a bunch of different strategies all over the place, it's going to be hard to kind of keep up with who has the freshest tires, but we'll do our best to keep you in the loop. I do have to say, Ed Robertson doing his darndest to try to get around this 26 of Brian Sutphin. He just can't get it done. Lap after lap after lap, he finds himself in the bottom of the racetrack trying to find a way around the 26 and just can't do it. It's got to get frustrating after a while, to be honest with you. He's all over his back bumper again. Let's see if he's able to get another run here. It looks like he's going to once again. Leads the way out of the corner, but can't hold it. I guess on lap 64 you don't want to really just throw a complete slide job. I think it might be a little too early for that. Maybe it was lap like 145, you'd think about just sending it on the inside just to make the pass and get it over with. But I think that's going to be the only way you can really do it, especially later in these runs. Seems like the outside lane just has what it takes to be a little bit more dominant. But he's going to give it the old college try once again. You see him dip down low, 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 and 26 of Brian Sutphin might be having to deal with the 2 of Jason Dalton a little bit there mid-corner. Into 64, Robertson is side by side all of a sudden with the 2 of Dalton. Robertson's trying to go from 5th to 3rd in one lap after struggling for so long to get the pass done on the 26 of Brian Sutphin. It looks like he might have just been able to do it. In pit lane news, the 9 of Justin Bondurant, he's back out on the track. Well over 30 laps down for the driver of the 9 out of Las Vegas, Nevada, but he is not giving up. He's still in it, folks. $16, 17 people in the chat watching. Thank you once again for tuning in. Sam Brochu leads the way. Go ahead and let me know in the chat if you're out there who you think is going to win this thing. If it's going to be the 98 of Brochu, or somebody else is going to have the right strategy and maybe find a way around the 98. I think it's still early enough for it to be anybody's race, but Brochu definitely is fast right now, folks. Leading by almost 2 seconds over the 4 Colin Vanbro. Because I feel like I'm beginning to sound like a broken record because the 64 of Ed Robertson's to the inside of the 26 of Brian Sutphin. Cover up, Ed. Get up there. Robertson trying his best to just take this spot from the 26. He's going to have to just, eventually he's just going to have to be rude about it. I think that's the only way it's going to happen. He's just going to have to get a little pushy. I understand he's trying to be respectful and trying to be nice, but nice guys sometimes finish last. The 5 of Garrett Grant finds himself on pit road. He had just started to come into the picture there in that battle for about the top 5. He decides now is the right time to hit pit lane. And Joey Lattiser in the 23, he decides to come down as well. Definitely a pit cycle beginning here as we turn our focus back to the leader in 98 of Brochu. Several folks Deciding now is the time to make a pit stop. I think we still are going to have another stop ahead for everybody that comes down here soon. I don't think these trucks can make it 80 laps on fuel, so this might be a two-stopper. 88 of Chad White's going to be the next to come down. Loudon, Tennessee native going to come down for tires and fuel. Trying to keep an eye to see if anyone does any interesting pit strategies here under green flag conditions, but I don't think if they did it would be a good call. Battle for second starting up. The two of Jason Dalton's got to the 4 of Colin Fambrough. Dalton, driver out of Virginia, finding himself in a similar situation that the 64 of Ed Robertson's been dealing with, and that's trying to make the bottom line work on a top line dominant track as the 52 of Tyler Hallman, 14 of Ben Pierce, the next trucks to come down pit road. Two of Dalton trying his best to make his way into second, but it's not going to happen. The 4 Fambrough is just able to carry too much momentum on that top side. It looks good for the 2 when he comes out of the corner, but you can just see the 4 of Fambrough putting down the power and just gets back around him on the outside going into the corner. I'm telling you, it's going to be really hard to pass as this race goes on. The 2 of Dalton going to try to cover up. He was almost clear and was thinking about it. As you see the 5 of Garrett Grant going 3 wide with the 26 and the 15. He's on fresh tires. He just came down pit road right now. He's saying, get the hell out of the way, Jason. And he cuts 3 wide to the bottom. What a move for the 5. He's not wasting any time. He's going to try to get by these guys as quick as he can. Grant now clear from the fray. Colin Fambrough, that kind of worked out for him a little bit. I think he was able... Whoa, English just got hard. I think Fambrough was able to keep his spot there in second because of that little bit of a kerfluffle. Jason Dalton's had to settle for third for now. Megan Kelly in the chat saying Brochu got that in the bag, and it certainly looks that way. I won't lie to you, it certainly looks that way. His lead up to about 1.6 seconds now over the rest of the field. Is he going to elect to come down pit road? He needs a clean stop here. It looks clean to me. I don't see any issues with that one. 4 Fambrough comes down as well. His teammate, Team Force Racing teammates, hit pit road at the same time. Jason Dalton becomes your new leader with his teammate Brian Sutphin behind him there, KJD2 Racing Machine. Diego Sainz in the 99. It's his time to hit pit road now. Jason Dalton in the 2. It's his turn. Brian Sutphin going to take the lead over. From what I can see, everybody that's come down pit road's gotten 4 fresh tires and fuel. Garrett Grant, the 5, he's leading the way out of those that have come down and pit. Interestingly enough, the second best driver with 4 fresh tires right now is going to be the 88 of Chad White. Although he's got the 14 of Ben Pierce looking to his inside now. So I potentially am going to take that statement back. It's all getting shuffled around now. Ed Robertson, Brian Sutphin hit pit lane. That's going to officially make Garrett Grant your new leader here, and it makes the pit cycle complete. Grant takes over the lead. Ben Pierce going to eventually take over second place here. Chad White third, Tyler Hallman fourth. And the man who's led the way most of the way, Sam Brochu, finds himself in 5th after the pit cycle, but he's on fresher tires than all these guys in front of him. Now that the pit cycle is complete and we're halfway through this thing, lap 78 of 150, we're going to go ahead and step aside, take a quick break. We'll bring you back if we have any action. Other than that, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe button. We'll be right back.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, back live with you once again here from Chicagoland. The GLSR Championship 150 presented by Harpoon Design. As we keep an eye here, continue to keep an eye on the best battle on the track. It was between Chad White and Tyler Hallman, but now the 4 of Colin Fambrough throwing his name in the hat. Let's go ahead and get an update on your lead right now. It's the 5 of Garrett Grant, finds himself in first place. But if we bring up our HMS TV pit strategy board, you can see that Grant is on some of the oldest tires in the field, possibly the oldest tires on the field. Sam Brochu reeling him in fast with the 7-lap fresher tires. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. We're going to have ourselves a lead change here very soon. But Garrett Grant does lead the way at the moment. Sam Brochu has the second spot. Ben Pierce in third. Colin Fambrough in fourth. Team Force Racing having a great night. Their drivers are 2, 3, and 4 right now. Of course, Justin Bondurant out of the race. Kind of puts a damper on the team as a whole, but other than that, they're having a great night. Chad White, though, with a gaggle of trucks behind him, he's currently holding a top 5 spot. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that, see if he's able to continue to hold on to it. But Sam Brochu in the 98's putting in the work, and we're going to ride on board as he's going to probably make this pass look easy here soon on Garrett Grant. It'll likely be no issue for the 98. His tires just have so much more grip compared to the 5. Which way is he going to choose? He's going to go to the bottom. Brochu gets the pass done. He's going to be your new leader. Garrett Grant going to have to settle for second, and he's got a good way back to third place. He's about 4 seconds ahead of Ben Pierce in the 14. So he can sort of rest easy knowing that he's got a big advantage. We've got 55 laps left in this thing tonight. I'm sure we're going to see at least one more pit stop, if not 2, to be honest with you. Mount Telder in the 11 currently on pit road. He's been on pit road for quite a while, though. So far, a 21-second pit stop for that 11, so we're going to see if he's going to make his way back out there or if he's just fixing damage right now. But Sam Brochu in the 98 once again finds himself out front, and if we take a look at the fastest 5 over the last 5 laps, it's actually going to be Jared Ray Hutton back in 15th. The 50 finds himself 2 laps down. Not sure what happened, but he is your fastest driver over the last 5 laps by a good margin. And caution is out, folks. What has happened? I'm not sure. Let's take a look through the field, see if there's anybody that's going super slow. 91 of Dylan Rosenberg is slow, but not sure if he was involved somehow. My gosh, folks, I'm not really sure exactly what happened. Let's go ahead and rewind it manually, see if we can find anything. Give me just a moment here, folks. Whoever this driver is in front of the 91 at Rosenberg, it's the 92 of Tristan Lattiser. Let's back that thing up and see what happens to the 92. All by his lonesome, just boops the wall, gets loose, overcorrects it, and loops it around. Pretty harmless, but it's going to throw a wrench in things as the caution flies for that self spin. And look at everybody coming down pit road. Sam Brochu, Garrett Grant, Colin Fambro going to stay out there, but Tyler Hallman comes down. Joey Laddiser, Lucas Strayer, Tristan Laddiser, Dylan Rosenberg all hits pit road. And it's going to shake things up. Anna Alessandro in the chat saying, "What up, my peeps?" Connor responds, says, "Hi, Anna. Good to see y'all as we have our 4th yellow of the night here in the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series Championship race tonight. Championship 150 presented by Harpoon Design. Our good friend Brantley Roden helps bring us these quality shots here you see on your screen from the Harpoon Design blimp. Look at that beautiful shot of this facility here in Chicagoland. Back on the schedule, I believe, for this year for the NASCAR Cup Series. Cool to see. Definitely excited to watch that race. It seems like these tracks always seem to provide good racing in the Cup cars, and it's providing pretty good racing in these trucks here tonight on iRacing as well. Chat deciding to pop off. Roy Pawelski in the chat asking how the race has been. It's been pretty good. We'll go ahead and give you a quick recap. As far as lap leaders go, Sam Brochu's led the way most of the way. It's going to be 65 laps led for that driver out of 99 so far. Garrett Grant's led 16 of them. Tristan Laddiser 8. Colin Fambro 7. And Brian Sutton and Jason Dalton a couple of laps led. Currently, your 2 hard chargers going to be Ben Pierce and Tyler Hallman. Both of those drivers up 9 spots. Diego Sainz is up 7, with Sam Brochu and Lucas Strayer both up 6. So it's been a pretty good race so far. Lights back on the pace car. Something's happened to Diego Sainz under yellow. Big damage to that truck. Let's go back and see what in the world happened to the 99 here under caution. We'll go to the Harpoon Design blimp. He's kind of all by himself. He's already got damage on that truck, and he just kind of hits the brakes coming off of pit road. And I think that's what extended this yellow. Interesting stuff happening here in the GLSR Truck Series. Lights are back off on the pace car, though. As we're 2/3 of the way through this thing. And I think at this point, with the drivers that are out of this race, I believe Sam Brochu might have the championship locked up. I don't want to say that that is confirmed, but I do know that if he finishes, for sure if he finishes in the top 10, that he's got it in the bag. Garrett Grant, Colin Fambro both still having good races and can still be there to capitalize if something was to happen. But we're going to get this thing back underway this time. Pace car. Going to take that hard left turn. And these drivers are going to go through the Juicy Spider restart zone. Once again, Sam Brochu leads the way. Garrett Grant to the inside. Green flag is back out here at Chicagoland. Brochu with a good jump. Garrett Grant and Ben Pierce going to fight it out for second. As mentioned before, most of your drivers here in the front of this thing on older tires, they didn't come down pit road under that last caution. There's a lot of trucks that did, though. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out, as Grant and Fambro are now side by side for your second spot. It's all Toyotas in the front four-year field. Brochu, Grant, Fambro, and Pierce, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Brian Sutphin taking it 3 wide, trying to mix it up, and that's 26. He dives to the inside of Ben Pierce and Colin Fambro, and he finds himself exiting turn 4 next to Garrett Grant in that second spot. Not able to get the pass done, though. He might find himself stuck to the inside here. 14 of Ben Pierce catching the wall a little bit. He's going to be slow. Look out. Coming out of the corner 3 wide with Jared Ray Hutton, and I believe that was Tristan Lattiser. Getting a little sketchy. Chad White, unfortunately, going to have to follow him towards the back of the field after that one. And Lucas Strayer on fresh tires. Actually, last time he came down, it was fuel only, but he did pit on lap 98. He probably, if I had to guess, came down the first time around for new tires, and the second time topped off on fuel. Could be trying to make it to the end. I don't know if he's going to be able to, though, but he finds himself your new leader in that 41 truck. Lucas Strayer out of Elizabethtown, PA, leading the way. And I've got a special guest. A special guest joining me in the booth. It's Blake Hutchinson. Blake, what are you doing in here?
Well, my race ended before. Oh, hang on that one. Let me fix this. All right. Before you're in, sorry about that. My race ended before your race for once here, but nonetheless, I figured I'd pop in here for the end of this one. Looks like you still got a little bit to go.
Yeah, we've still got 45 laps to go. You're telling me that the Superstar ARCA Cup Series got their race done that quick at Bristol?
It was honestly impressive. I mean, we had our share of cautions, but they were all back-to-back, so we had a bunch of long green runs. And, Daniel Molnick's actually ended up bringing home the win after a lap car wrecked the leader, Connor Zabosian, with about 7 to go.
Man, there's just something here on HMS TV about lap cars wrecking leaders late in the race. I mean, that's a tough way to go, but congratulations to Daniel Molnick. He's kind of went from zero to hero here on the channel.
Absolutely, you know, and rumor is his soft hands from truck or lack of trucking have really helped him out. But it looks like Lucas Strayer is going to give up the race lead there. So what's going on, Jesse? Is there a pit cycle or something happening?
So I'll bring up the patented HMS TV pit strategy board here for you. You can see Dylan Rosenberg, Lucas Strayer, and Tristan Lattiser here in the top 3. They all came down pit road under our last caution. Several of the front runners tonight, like Sam Brochu, Jason Dalton, Garrett Grant, those guys did not come down under the last caution. So these guys they're showing speed right now, but it's only because they're on much fresher tires than the guys that have been up front for most of the race.
Absolutely, and I assume is the championship basically over? I assume Brochu's probably got it locked up. Is that right?
And being completely honest, it would take Sam Brochu pretty much wrecking out right now for there to really be a realistic question mark on how this race is going to pan out. But I mean, we have about 3 drivers right now that are not running laps on the track, so it could already be locked up. I'm just not willing to do that kind of math. He had an 18-point lead coming into the night.
Okay, gotcha. So yeah, still looks like we got about 41 or so laps left to go. So still a while to go. You think Rosenberg has a chance to make this strategy work out?
It's really going to be interesting because I want to say that everybody is going to still have one more stop. What these guys could be trying to do is run as long as they can here, because they just refueled back on lap 98 and 99. They could just be trying to run it long here and maybe do a fuel only stop here at the end when the other guys are going to be on super old tires and they're going to have to come down and take tires if this thing stays green. So that could be the strat they're going with, and to be honest, I could see it working.
You know, Jesse, I'm a little disappointed. I mean, mainly I popped in here. I wanted to see how Rooster was doing, and I see he is out. What happened to Rooster?
He was involved, I want to say pretty much in one of the first wrecks we had, and his night didn't really get any better for him. He hit pit road on lap 29, and he called it a night. It was pretty rough for your boy Rooster. He had a good start, qualified just outside of the top 10, and then just really couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, it looks like, Chad White hasn't wrecked yet, at least. He's sitting in 11th.
Yeah, Chad White, we'll take a look at him in the 88 HMS TV machine. we've kind of been teasing the fact that he may or may not have gotten a contract extension here to drive the 88 truck in the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series. Do you care to comment on that as the leader here of the team, HMS TV, the race team?
Yeah, at first we told him, it was nice knowing you, Chad, get on out now. But he came back with a bunch of money, Jesse, so I'm happy to announce the 88 of Chad White, he's sticking around here.
Man, I didn't know that iRacing was that realistic to real life, that if you could just bring a bunch of money that you could get yourself a ride.
Oh, yeah, this guy at Loudon, Tennessee, you wouldn't believe the sponsors he brings. But, so yeah, Chad White, he's going to stay in the 88 truck. We don't really expect much next year, but we're glad to have him in his money.
Colin Fambro fighting with the 64 of Ed Robertson there. The 64 Robertson, I've got to tell you, Blake, we watched him just lap after excruciating lap just run the bottom lane religiously here, as most of these drivers throughout the run find themselves navigating towards the top lane. The 64 Robertson, I think he just really likes smelling paint, because every lap he's down there at the bottom of the track and he is not giving up running the bottom.
Yeah, it's working out for him, sitting in the top 10. Hopefully doesn't change anything in the tire saving game, or maybe it'll help him.
It seems to be doing okay for him in the long run. Connor Gerard in the chat joining us, of course, tonight. Speaking of the lap cars wrecking leaders, he says it's almost like a canon event every time there's a lap car. And you said it was with 7 to go. I mean, at least it wasn't with 2 to go like it was in the Redemption. I believe it was the Redemption iRacing series.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
This one, it was just so heartbreaking. I mean, he was whooping him, Jesse. I'm telling you, he was up about 5 seconds. It was over. And then I hop on board, literally an in-car camera. We're in the cockpit view, and we see 2 lap cars get side by side, and it was over.
That's unfortunate. I wouldn't want to lose that way. I'd much rather somebody just be faster than me rather than me be taken out by a lap car. But Lucas Strayer finds himself back out in the lead here, and Ed Robertson, what in the world has happened to Ed? He is super slow here. We might have to go back up in the Harpoon Design blimp and see what happened to Ed real quick.
Oh.
He just goes for a ride through the grass. No harm, no foul to that truck, but he's going to lose pretty much every possible spot that he could have. But he looks like he gets it back rolling. No caution, kind of surprising.
It looks like Anna Alessandro said Rooster got cooked.
That's not what I see, but that's what we'll go with here. That seems like the better PG way.
Absolutely. It looks like we have 18 fans watching here, Jesse, and you know how many likes that amounts to?
I'd hope it would amount to 18 likes.
No, it amounts to 2.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm going to click that like button, folks. You should too. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Jesse Becker on the call here tonight. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, I appreciate you swinging by and giving me somebody else to talk to, bounce some things off of. Christian Taylor, I think for the first time, decides not to join me here on Wednesday night.
Yeah,
so I'm kind of heartbroken.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking.
It's the championship race, and that's the one you're going to decide not to show up for. Is kind of, I don't know. That's kind of strange.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Christian. I mean, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But boy, Lucas Strayer I can't remember the last time he's led this many laps.
Yeah, I mean, he was leading the HMS TV battle for last earlier at one point when we brought him up, but he finds himself out front with this alternate strategy.
Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, they're pumped up right now. Rumor has it there's a bunch of sports bars and they're blowing up.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be kind of impressive for him to pull a crowd like that whenever he's not even in the championship hunt whatsoever. But if he's able to, I mean, kudos to him.
I tell you what, these 3 in the chat, Anna Alessandro, Roy Pielski, and Connor Gerard, they do not miss a broadcast. They are diehards as we got some cars headed down pit road.
Yeah, I think the final pit stops of the night starting to happen. This is when we're going to have to keep an eye on how the strategy is going to work out. I mean, your top three have kind of tried to run away with the fresh tires a little bit. They've got about a 2-second advantage over the 98 of Sam Brochu back here in fourth. But if Brochu comes down and he takes 4 and these other drivers are fuel only, I don't know if he'll be able to overcome that deficit. Oh my gosh, that word just kicked my tail. But you know what I'm trying to say. He might have to be running a 1.5 seconds faster a lap here at the end. We'll have to keep an eye and see how it plays out. I mean, a caution could ruin all of that anyway.
Yeah, you know, I mean, these top three, I'm definitely liking their chances here. I kind of like where in the spot they're in because they have a shot here to pit shortly, get 4 fresh tires, and I don't know. We're gonna see how it plays out, though.
It's always fun when there's definitely multiple strategies that you really can't tell which one's going to be the one to come out on top. Is more drivers hitting pit road. Garrett Grant, Diego Sainz, Jason Dalton, all making their pit stops. It's just going to be hard to tell which is going to come out on top here, but we'll find out soon enough. 29 to go here on HMS TV. I think we're going to go ahead as this pit cycle gets underway. We're going to go ahead and take our last break of the night. Go ahead and stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go HMS TV side by side.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchison Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Hutchison Motorsports TV is back. The lights are bright and the stands are packed.
JS Racing. We're in the game.
Live once again here from Chicagoland Speedway, the GLSR Championship 150. We got a side-by-side battle for the lead between Lucas Strayer and Dylan Rosenberg, Blake.
Wow, you know what? These two are good friends, Jesse, but I tell you what, if I was Lucas Strayer, I've led too many laps to lose this race to my buddy of Rosenberg. I would right hook him.
I imagine there's a lot of people that you would right hook if they were going to cost you a race. I mean, and honestly, speaking of winning races, you and me, we've mentioned it a couple times in person, but we've got to mention it here on the air. We got to get ready to defend our title here soon for the Dale Jr. Driven to Give 400.
Yeah, Jesse, we got to start practicing. When is that again?
I think it's sometime in January, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that for the schedule because I don't know about you, but I want to chase that back-to-back.
You know, my plan is to practice as much as we did last season.
So none at all?
So, yeah, we literally wake up and decide to run it last minute, have no clue about it until it happened.
I think that could have a solid chance of paying off as all of a sudden the Lattisers have shown up to the party here. Tristan and Joey find themselves third and fourth. Joey is a bit farther back, though. He's about 9 seconds back from this battle, but Tristan in the 92, he's been quick all night tonight, and he's led himself some laps actually on raw speed in the 92. He just found himself getting involved. I think he went around in the last wreck, actually.
Yeah, you know, with only 15 laps left to go, it's going to get interesting how these alternate strategies play out. See who can win this race.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and recap that a little bit. As far as drivers that have come down pit road already, no surprise here. Sam Brochu leads the way out of that group by a little under 2 seconds. Garrett Grant, you see him there on your screen. He is on the same strategy as Brochu. But your top 5 have all stayed out so far, not come down for their last spot. Or, I'm sorry, last stop with 14 laps to go. So it's really anyone's race still. I don't know how it's going to work out, but Brochu's only about 24 seconds back from your leaders now, so I don't think
everywhere.
I saw that. I don't know what that was all about, but my earlier talks of a fuel-only stop for these guys, I don't think that might pay off for them now. I think Brochu's too close at this point for them to get back on track quick enough.
Yeah, I think I agree with you at this point. It looks like Brochu, unless there's a caution and people pit or something, might have this one locked up. But how far out you think these guys can go until they have to head down pit road?
Well, we'll bring up our favorite thing here, the HMS TV pit strategy board, and you can see the longest runs that we've had are about 51 to 52 laps. Rosenberg, Fambro, Dalton, those guys have made it that far. And to be completely honest with you, doing the math, these guys might have enough fuel in your top 4 here to make it to the end. It's possible, I think.
Oh, wow, that would definitely that would be impressive.
Because you can see Dylan Rosenberg, he's made it 52 laps in a previous stint, and he's made it 40 so far here, and there's 12 to go. So I'm counting on all my fingers, and I think that they might have enough fuel. So it's really going to be if Sam Brochu can make up 22 seconds, which that's going to be a tough task, I think.
My guess is they're going to be pretty close because if you notice, Rosenberg randomly just started running the bottom, and I think he might be trying to save a little bit of fuel by going to that bottom line or something.
Well, I know one thing is that this race might come down to the wire, but unless something drastic happens, the championship is definitely locked up for the 98 of Brochu, but we'll have to keep an eye on how it goes for the actual race win. And Connor, you are not mistaken. You did hear something about Dale Jr. Me and Blake are defending champions of the Dale Jr. Driven to Give 400 here on iRacing.
And if you aren't familiar with that race, folks, it is a mini stock race at Iowa Speedway, but you have to have multiple drivers, 2 drivers. It's a team race, and they both have to get in the car and drive.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. I did 200 laps and gave the car over to Blake, and within about 3 or 4, while we were leading the race, he immediately took out, I believe, a lapped car as quick as he could. Just right hooked the guy into the wall. It was pretty amazing.
He was holding me up, Jesse, and I knew those people behind us were getting close.
As you see Forrest Smith hitting pit road, he's a couple laps down. I really think, as these two are side by side for the lead, Lucas Strayer and Dylan Rosenberg, I think they're going to try to make it all the way to the end on this tank of gas. They might be coming through the line on fumes, but I think that's what they're trying to do here. Is we got 9 laps to go. It's going to be down to the wire. Could be the farthest these guys have pushed it on a tank of gas.
Yeah, definitely worth a shot. I mean, neither of these guys are in the playoffs. They're really racing for nothing except a win.
Yeah, I kind of say they're trying to Ross Chastain it a little bit, like when Ross got kicked out of the playoffs and then came to Phoenix and pretty much dominated that race while I don't even know, it was probably I don't know, was that Blaney's year winning the title or if it was one of Logano's years, but he just kind of won the race just to kind of prove a point that he could do it if he could ever get in the Final Four.
And maybe that's what Lucas Strayer's trying to do, you know, and he's probably trying to advertise his podcast a little bit, so he wants to park in victory lane.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned that at all tonight. GLSR and Side Quest, a podcast with the two guys that are 1 and 2. It's Lucas Strayer, Dylan Rosenberg, and of course another one to mention, Spoiler Diecast on the 41. There will go to the HMS TV deck lid cam. Their team diecast, Spoiler Diecasts. Check them out.
And that lap car there, Jesse, gave him a little bit of a scare. Got sideways in that camel truck in the 50.
Well, you see what lap it is. It's 7 to go. So if he would have managed to take both of these guys out, that kind of would have been just pure incredible coincidence.
I think friendship's off the table here. Rosenberg, he's going to door slam if he has to.
I got to be honest, Blake, I don't know if I have the energy to call the end of this race if these two are door slamming them across the stripe. I don't know if I can bring out any Kurt Busch versus Ricky Craven. Craven got him. I don't know if I have that in me. So we're going to have to see how it goes.
And we'll see. They're still side by side. 6 laps left to go. Third place, Ladouser is what, a second and a half behind. Fourth place, Ladouser, 15 seconds behind. So I think it's a 3-horse race if these guys don't run out of fuel.
Yeah, I'm going to pretty much call it. Unless we have a yellow, Brochu is not going to be able to make it back towards the front. But these guys are going to have to hope that they have got enough in the tank, literally, to get to the end of this thing. Lucas Strayer takes back the lead over Dylan Rosenberg as we're getting ready to have 4 to go in this thing. I think it comes down between these two drivers if they have enough fuel in the tank. They could be pushing it a little bit too hard here, though. We'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely, and I'm sure he appreciates this lap car in front of him, kind of using them for the draft a little bit. You know, it doesn't make a huge difference, but I mean, if you're cutting it super close, that draft for a handful of laps definitely going to help out.
Yeah, Jared Ray Hutton, he's got a fan or two in the chat. He's a lap down right now, but he finds himself in the 14th spot. But he could be doing Lucas Strayer a favor right now as he gets loose, though. Strayer going to cut to the bottom, get past the 50. Dylan Rosenberg going to follow him right past, and there goes any resemblance of a draft that you were talking about there, Blake.
Absolutely, and here comes it. Was that a lap car, I'm guessing, running around, get their lap back here? Yeah.
It's going to be a 15 of Forrest Smith. Going to swing by these guys. Finds himself.
I should have won this race.
Yeah, finds himself making it to, I believe, 2 laps down now for the 15. Anybody can be fast when they're on fresh tires, but we've got 2 to go here at Chicagoland, and they're not sputtering yet as they go side by side once again for the lead here in a turn 1.
Yeah, I don't think they're short on fuel at all. I don't think they'd be racing this hard if they were. So I think they're both good to go, and they're trying to win this race.
Will they have enough, or will Tristan Lattiser be licking his chops in third, saving up a little bit extra in case they run out? We're going to have to stay tuned as they go side by side through turns 3 and 4.
Looks like we're going to get the white flag. No cautions to worry about here. Can Lucas Strayer hold on last lap around here at Chicagoland?
Strayer leads the way into turn 1. Rosenberg right behind him. Strayer looking to capitalize on the fuel strategy tonight. He's on the back stretch. He's got 2 more corners to go. The 91 right on his tail.
2-horse race, 91 shipping it in there for the final time in 3 of 4. Will it stick? The 41 sticks with the top. The 91 on the bottom. Out of turn 4, he's not going to junk him. Checkered flag in the air, door to door. It's going to be Lucas Strayer, your winner.
3/100ths of a second, but crossed the stripe for Dylan Rosenberg and Lucas Strayer. What a freaking finish to the championship race tonight. Tristan Lattiser brings home third, Joey Lattiser fourth. Sam Brochu, it's confirmed the 98 wins the championship from fifth place, so congratulations to the 98 of Sam Brochu. If anyone's out there listening, if we can have your top three and the champion ready for post-race interviews, congratulations to Lucas Strayer. What a race for him tonight. I believe that's his first and only win on the season, and he did it in the championship race. I'm going to confirm that before I straight up say that, but I do believe it's his only win here on the season.
Yeah, you know, what a battle there at the end. You know, I think Strayer, he made the right call going up top, and it looked like he got a little loose or something there, and it really slowed him down. And the 91 of Rosenberg almost snuck by him.
Yeah, Lucas Strayer does get win number 1 on the season, and it's the best time to do it here in the final race of the season. As you see, Dylan Rosenberg, Tristan Lattiser all kind of celebrating there with him at the same time. Sam Brochu, of course, going to do a burnout of his own, as he is the GLSR Mr. Raider Truck Series champion, and he is burning it down right now in that 98. I mean, just real quick, speaking on Brochu, he missed a couple of races, but when he showed up, he managed to win, and he won a lot. I think he won 6 races on the season, could be 7, not positive, but he definitely was the championship favorite, and he got it done.
Absolutely.
We check out the radio here. We've got our top 3 getting ready for some interviews here. Let's go ahead and pull in the third place finisher, Tristan Lattiser, here in the 92. Hey Tristan, it's Blake and Jesse up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, good to see you here in the booth, finishing on the podium here tonight. Third place for you. You led some laps pretty early, and you were a part of this wacky strategy call at the end with the other guys that finished here on the podium. Go ahead and talk us through your race real quick.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was really, really lucky. I led laps at the start, and I made the wrong call. I didn't take tires the first pit stop around lap 25, and then I was really just a sitting duck. I was riding around 12th, 13th, and I was riding with Strayer and Rosenberg, and I don't know, lap 98 or whatever, I got loose, got up into the wall, and it just snapped the wheel out of me. And then yellow came out, and I did the math, and I said, if I save, I can make it on fuel. And yeah, I just got really lucky with the strategy that me, Strayer, and Rosenberg pulled off there. Is pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that maybe the call was to go fuel only, pit stop during green flag, and maybe try to get far enough ahead. But there at the end, we kind of started doing the math and realized, like, these guys can make it as long as they're saving enough. So kudos to you on that. Blake, do you got anything for a third place finisher here?
Oh, not much. I was just going to ask, heading into that last stop, I mean, was that strategy, is that something you guys thought about, or you just kind of lucked into it, or what happened in that decision?
Really, I was coming in for tires, and I saw my dad come in too, and I was like, why are you coming in? You only have 1 set of tires left. He's like, it's like 49 laps under green with the fuel tank, and there was 51 to the green, like, to go. We came in as many times to fuel it up to the brim, and it came in as soon as that yellow came out.
Well, hey, congratulations. Big podium finish here to finish out the season here at Chicagoland.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I just want to thank Mr. Radiator, Rain Energy, Durga Dig Performance, Stagger Media Co., Glengarry Truck Center, TL Designs, and KJD2 for the great season.
Alrighty, well, congratulations, of course, on the podium finish, bringing home a third in the championship race. Congratulations once again, Tristan Lattiser.
Thanks, guys.
All right, well, that was the driver of the 92. We go 1 number lower to the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg. Man, I haven't talked to Dylan, I feel like, since freaking Daytona of All-American Cup Series. I think it's been that long since I've talked to the 91 of Rosenberg in the booth. So excited to chat with him. Let's go ahead and bring him down in here, see what he's got to say. Dylan, it's Jesse and Blake up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Man, good to talk with you. It's been a little while for sure. You had the wacky strategy that the top 4 finishers tonight had, and it was you and Lucas battling it out across the stripe. Go ahead and just talk us through this race for you tonight.
Yeah, wasn't that something? That was awesome. So I didn't really know what the kind of race we were going to have, because I'm sure, as you guys obviously noticed, at the beginning of the race, it was like a pack race. So I thought maybe it would be something like that throughout the whole thing. So when we got that yellow around lap 20, Luke, myself, and Jared, who we were on a Discord call, we decided to not take tires and just put fuel in it, because we thought we'd want to save a set of tires. But then that run went green for so long, and the field strung out, which was obviously really bad for us. Luke short pit, so he made up a bunch of time. I ran the tank dry, and I cycled out like maybe 2 seconds in front of the leader at the time. And then eventually Tristan had an incident in front of me. And from there, we all still had 2 sets of tires, and everyone else only had 1. So I didn't realize it at the time, but I guess the impression is a lot of these guys didn't think they could make it on fuel. Like, they didn't think it'd even be close. But like Luke and I were at most like 3/4 to a full lap short. Like, that was it. Like, saving that was nothing. And we had a whole set of tires in the pits that, like, we had it made. That was, and then just that last run with Stray, that was awesome. It doesn't get too much better than that. I really thought I had him, but once some of the guys on tire started coming through, Luke had to run to my outside, and I had him clear, but like, I didn't want to pull up in front of him, because I thought I would be able to just retake the lead coming off of turn 4, but he stayed on my outside and eventually cleared me, and I was never able to get back around him though. But yeah, I mean, I made about as good a run as I could there at the finish. That was really close. Like 3/300ths of a second. I mean, what better way to end the season than the Mr. Radiator GLSR truck series?
Yeah, I was going to say, it was really, really cool to have a side-by-side battle there across the stripe. Blake, you got anything for Dylan here?
Hey, Dylan, coming out of turn 4, it looked like he got to the quarter panel there briefly of Lucas, and it would have made for a great podcast there if you just would have kept going up the track and turned him into the infield.
I about did. He got really loose, and I knew he was going to give me a pinch, so like I took a wide entry, and I charged the corner. And I'm going to be completely honest, if I knew the truck would stick the way it did, like in turn 3 on the last lap, I'd have done that a few laps before, because I actually kept the momentum up coming out of the corner, and yeah, I could have used that to take the lead, but obviously it didn't quite work out for me. But I mean, hell of a night either way. Who had this on their bingo card? Luke Strayer, Dylan Rosenberg, 1-2 in the season finale at Chicagoland.
Well, hey, great job though, Dylan. Second place finish here tonight, and your buddy Luke brings home the win.
Yeah. I wanted this one real bad, but I'm happy for him. He actually wasn't really planning on racing tonight, unless it wasn't until like the very last second that we got some more trucks in that he decided he was going to do it anyways, because he was just going to enter as a field filler and do race control tonight. And yeah, field filler's taking home the trophy tonight. Go figure.
Yeah, heck of a job by him. Heck of a job by you. It was really close. Could have been either of y'all's race win there at the end, but you still bring home the second place, which is not too bad at all. Go ahead, and if you got any shout-outs, go ahead and let us have them.
Yeah, first of all, big shout-out to my girlfriend, Amanda. I'm pretty positive she's watching, so if you are, I love you, babes. Sean Peachin, who took a step back a couple months ago, but he's the team owner of Ace Racing, and I don't think we're bringing it back next season, unfortunately, but I may or may not have found a new home for next season. I'm not supposed to state. So, yeah, well, I can neither confirm nor deny. But shout out to Joey for all he's done to keep this league afloat and the league admins. And congratulations to Sam Brochu, as he had himself one hell of a season. And I'm glad that at the end of it, Luke and I could in about as strange a way as you can imagine. I'm glad that Luke and I could show him how it's done. Just once. So it'll never happen again.
Hey, at least now it'll sound like you guys know what you're talking about on the podcast, right?
This is going to make for exceptional podcast material. Just y'all wait.
I think every intro
ready.
every single intro should be a clip of this finish, right?
Oh yeah. 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 This is peak podcast content right here, brother.
Hey, congrats though again, Dylan. Second place finish. Good job.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Well, that was Dylan Rosenberg, and now we get to chat with the man that got his first win on the season, his Dylan Rosenberg's podcast co-host, actually. Luke, is Jesse and Blake up in the booth? Do you got a copy?
I do.
Man, you get your first win on the season. What a better time to do it than the championship race here tonight. Congratulations, of course. I think it was the first challenge as well, because I think you started in 19th and you find yourself taking home the win, battling with your buddy Dylan across the stripe. Go ahead and talk us through this race for you tonight.
Oh my. Okay, so like, I'm not gonna lie. I was supposed to be race control tonight. I'm moving to race control next season. So these past couple races I've been jumping in race control, and I was supposed to race control tonight, and there weren't many drivers. So I talked to Colin. I was like, hey, there's not many people. Do you mind if I just be a field filler tonight? Like, I'm just going to run around, just see how things go. And he's like, yeah, man, if you want to run, go for it. So when I saw it was under 20 cars, I'm like, I'll field. I'll just run in the back, kind of waste time. I don't even like this track that much. And that was crazy. Like, the first caution came out, everyone pitted. And I told Jared and Dylan, I was like, I think we should just save the set, see how it goes. So we saved the set. Jared had his issues. But then when we got to like lap 50, I'm like, I'm just going to pit and just try this really odd strategy, see how it goes. And so I'm on this odd strategy. And then when that caution comes out for Tristan, me and Dylan are looking at each other. We're like, is this a three-way battle between us and Tristan? And we got to the front. And we're like, this is a three-way battle. Oh my God. One of us three is going to win this race. What is happening? And yeah, I can't believe it. I haven't won a GLSR race in like 2 years. This is like, I don't really know. Dude.
Well, Blake mentioned it earlier, and I think he's probably going to bring it up again, but he said this is going to be fantastic podcast content for you and Dylan. Blake, you got anything for Lucas here?
Oh, not too much there. That I was gonna have you walk us through that final corner. It looked like you elected to take the high lane. It looked like you got a little loose or something there, and Dylan had a big run and almost was able to steal it from you.
Yeah, so me and Dylan, like the whole time we're counting down, I even told him, I said, like, are we gonna have to do an RCR thing? Like, there was a race where Burton and Clint got so far ahead and they could talk to each other on the radio. And when they're coming to one to go, they were like, okay, we're going to have to settle. It's between us. And RC was on the radio being like, don't wreck each other, like anything you do. So I'm telling Dylan, I'm like, I think this is coming down to us, man. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. And with like 5 to go, with 10 to go, I told Dylan, I'm like, okay, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm going to start racing hard now. And when we took the white flag, I told Dylan, I said, whatever you do, make content for next podcast. So we went into the final corner, and I knew he was going to probably dive it in there. I was expecting a slide job, so I also kind of went in a lot harder, and then it just snapped on me. And when it was snapping on me, I literally thought to myself, I'm like, there is no way I just threw away this race. There's no way. And the whole way coming to the line, I just kept looking at my side. I'm like, I know he's gaining, but I don't want to try to cut him down and just give him even a better slide job. So I was like, or not slide job, but side draft. So I'm just like, just hold my line, just please. And yeah, I still can't believe it. Like I said, I haven't won this in like 2 years and like 5 or 6 seasons. Like this is insane.
Sounds like you're gonna have to get a custom diecast made of this 41 truck.
Oh my God. Oh, that my bank doesn't like that answer. My brain loves that answer, but my bank doesn't love that answer.
Yeah, well, hey, once again, though, Lucas, congratulations. Big win here on the season finale here at Chicagoland.
You have any shout outs you want to give tonight?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my grandparents watching. They cheer me on all the time. My grandpa always says, "Why don't I win?" So, Grandpa, I won. Like, finally. And shout out to my aunt and uncle. They watch too. My uncle's always asking me like stuff about the races, and I haven't had much to show for it recently, but like, oh, there's gonna be a party in my family tonight. And shout out to Brewer Motorsports. Like, Brewer Motorsports literally hasn't won since my last win. So happy to put that team back in victory lane. And Dylan, my teammate for next season, finishing right beside me. So I think it's going to look good already for next year. And oh my God, I'm just so freaking excited right now. This is awesome.
Alrighty, well, congratulations once again. Go celebrate, go pop some bottles, do whatever you want to do. But, I mean, you got the win tonight. We've got one more person to interview. We got to talk to Sam Brochu, but, you know, we got to talk to you, of course, and congratulate you on the win tonight here at Chicagoland.
Thank you all. Woo!
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, Luke.
See you later, bud. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well, good job by Lucas Strayer taking home the win. Sounded like he might have been getting a little emotional there. Like he said, he's been struggling for a couple of years and finding himself back in victory lane. Pretty cool moment there.
Yeah, it's always good to see, you know, guys that don't typically find themselves in victory lane like this. You know, you got some real ringers in this league, and for Lucas Strayer to take home a win, pretty cool deal.
Absolutely correct with that, but we do have one more person to talk to tonight. The finale is in the books, and we have ourselves a champion. It's going to be Sam Brochu. Hey, Sam, it's Jesse and Blake up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, we've talked to you a whole bunch this season, and we're talking to you for the final time as the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series champion. Congratulations, and go ahead and talk us through this race.
Yeah, thank you guys. It feels pretty good to be a champion again. It's been a while since I've won a league championship. I think it's been like two or 3 years since I've won one, so it's pretty cool to win it again. But you know, I was hoping there that we would have sealed like the race win, you know, strategy wise, but I guess there were a lot more unknowns that we weren't really staying on top of. You know, like we were really good in traffic and in clean air. I feel like the air was just on our side, no matter where we were, and tires were on our side, no matter where we were. And I just didn't know that Lucas and Dylan only needed to save one lap. Barrett and I were under the impression that they needed to save 5 or 6. So we were pretty shocked when they were able to make it to the end, but you know, now sitting here, I guess it makes sense. But you know, to cap off the season, you know, like this and running really good again, just coming up short as a P5 is just, I don't know, it's exciting, but it's humbling at the same time. You know, like even while being the best driver, you're not going to win every race. And you know, you want to go out and win every race, but no, this season was a ton of fun racing these guys back and forth, and you know, missing some of the other drivers that just couldn't either make the playoffs or run through the rest of the season. You know, it's disappointing, but you know, just had a lot of fun. Want to do it again. Just glad we're the champion.
Yeah, before I hand it to Blake, I just want to mention a couple of things. Number one is that HMS TV super fan Connor Gerard was cheering you on all night to get the championship locked up, and you definitely did that. And one other thing is Dylan Rosenberg. he jokingly mentioned when we were interviewing him that he was glad that him and Lucas Stray could finally show you how it was done for once here tonight.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if I come back next season. Might have to put 8 on him.
Go ahead, Blake.
Well, you kind of answered it in your spiel there, but I'm going to ask you anyway. I was wondering, how late in the run did you kind of realize, like, wow, they're going to make it on fuel? There's no shot.
So about 3 to go. I think when we took across the line for 3 to go, and we were like, okay, well, they're obviously going to make it now. There goes the entire strategy. Like, I was a man on a mission trying to run down Joey just to be the first car if they did run out. And then I stopped running Joey down, and they were just making it on fuel. So we just kind of made our bed in 5th place. At that point, it was just surviving and not hitting the wall for like the 6th time the night. So yeah, it was an interesting last 10 laps or so.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations. A big championship run here. You really dominated all season, and it was well-deserved. And I guess go ahead with any shout-outs or any comments you got.
Yeah, just Colin for letting me run and all the TFR boys. It was a blast running with them this season, getting to learn, how they race, where they're better than me at, and learning off of them. As odd as it sounds, but I like coming into these races, always trying to learn and be better, and I was definitely able to do that off of all of them in a bunch of different scenarios. So just those guys, Barrett in particular, he's been in my ear all season, and just such a key player to the success that I've been able to have. So I owe a lot of it to him, and it's cool being able to have your best friend be in your ear and get on you when you need to be yelled at, but also celebrate the victory. So him, and then Connor Gerard for being a fan. That's dope. I'm glad we could close it out as a champion. It's pretty cool to have somebody that's not your family cheering you on. So yeah, just the support from him, and then my family who watches too. It's pretty cool that they take interest in my passions and my hobbies. So yeah, on to next season.
You did an excellent job this season. I believe was it 6? I don't know if it was 6 wins on the season or if you ended up getting a 7th, but I know it was at least 6. But I mean, fantastic year for you. You finish it off strong with the title, and congratulations once again to you, driver of the 98, Mr. Sam Brochu. Go ahead and go celebrate. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Great job.
All right, well, that's gonna do it, not only for tonight but for the GLSR Mr. Radiator Truck Series for now. Stay tuned for any potential updates for this series coming back. And as most of y'all know, if there's somebody new here that doesn't know, we have streams going throughout the week with the man joining me in the booth, Blake Hutchinson, on the mic most nights. Thursdays nights, you've got Average Joe's. You've got Saturday night Redemption iRacing Truck Series. Sunday night MCR, Motor City Racing, IMSA style racing. And then Monday nights, you get to watch me and Christian Taylor on the track doing terrible most of the times, but I'm on a bit of a hot streak, so I'm kind of stoked about that. But we've got racing all the time. Wednesday nights won't be empty because we're still going to have the Superstar ARCA Cup Series going on. But, Blake, I appreciate you joining me here kind of impromptu tonight after your race finished up.
Yeah, no problem. I kind of looked over and I remembered, oh yeah, Christian said he wasn't going to make it, so figured I'd squeeze in here.
Well, it definitely means a lot, and glad you can enjoy a fantastic finish with me here to the final race of the season for GLSR. Once again, for Blake Hutchinson in the booth, I'm Jesse Becker saying thank you for watching and have a wonderful night, and stay tuned. Check in tomorrow night for the Average Joe's Truck Series.
I'm Larry McReynolds. Remember, in any type of racing, it's all about execution. So right now, subscribe to Hutchinson Motorsports TV today. You know America's crew chief. I would never steer you wrong.
Two right there with him. Smokes him. Oh my goodness! Oh! The whole field is junk. It's a parking lot. They door slam each other. Checkered flag in the air. It's gonna be too close to call. Oh, he just got smoked. Oh my goodness! He got dumped in IMSA racing. Caution is out. Oh! He's dead! Toward each other with their chunks and checkered flag.